Hi, I'm Rachel Atherton of Trek Factory Racing, and this is the all-new Race Focus Carbon Session. The Session was already an amazing bike, so how did Trek make it even better? Well, they made it faster. The faster you ride it, the better it rides. The top tube is about 20mm longer, putting the rider into a more aggressive position. Whilst the chainstay stays the same length, the head angle slackens out and the bottom bracket drops by about 10mm, making the bike much more stable at high speeds. This is definitely a racer's bike, but if you preferred the geometry of the last year's Session, it's still available in the alloy model. There are more features that allow each rider to fine-tune the geometry to where and how they ride. The Session comes out of the box with a straight headset, but if you're fussy like me, you can use the angled cups for a degree steeper or slacker depending on where you're riding. The MinnoLink gives you another half-degree adjustment. You can run it on the lower slacker setting, or you can run it on the steeper higher setting depending on the course type. All of that makes the Session extremely adjustable. It can handle the steepest, gnarliest terrain or the flatter, more pedally tracks. The bike still uses active braking pivot, which prevents the suspension from firming up while you're on the brakes, which is by far my favourite feature. Checking speed into a corner or a rough, gnarly section is just amazing. The Session was developed in conjunction with Fox's new Airshock, so the bike works amazingly well with both the coil and the Airshock. Modern air shocks like the Fox Float X2 allow for more tuning. This gives the suspension support and the plushness, giving the bike more control and support in the mid-straight, which is where we spend most of our time. The improved suspension performance allowed Trek to go from a floating shock mount to a fixed shock mount, which improves responsiveness and stiffness in the frame. The stiffer frame makes it quicker in and out of corners and allows you to hold a very precise line. Usually, stiffer means heavier, but not here. Going to the fixed shock mount saves weight, so it's still one of the lightest carbon downhill bikes available. However, don't worry about the durability of the carbon bike. Trek's OCLV mounting carbon is built to a higher durability standard, and there's a rock guard on the underside to prevent any damage. All of these improvements add up to a better riding, faster bike. While it may look like a Session, it's a completely new experience.